You're tuned in to the DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is Jonathan Scribner, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast, the DMV's home for high school basketball. Hosted by Kurt Cross and featuring Chelsie Cross. We bring you the latest news, interviews, rankings, recruiting buzz, and standout performances from the public and private school basketball scene across Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Stream us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Buzzsprout, YouTube, and everywhere podcasts are heard. Now, let's get into it. Here's your host, Kurt Cross.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast. As always, I'm Kurt Cross. She is
Chelsie Cross.
And we are here live at the Capital Hoops Summer League at DeMatha on a Saturday. We're playing full court. We've got the best action in the country, always right here in the Capital Hoops Summer League. Thanks to Mark Stern for having us here. And, of course, the folks who host us here at DeMatha Catholic High School. One thing I want to do, and we like to do, is we like to bring back coaches who have been with us. We were here for Summer League last year, and a year later, we bring back a gentleman who we finally figured out that I've known you from places other than basketball, Coach Lenny Myers. Coach, how's it going, fella?
Everything's good. I'm blessed. It's great to be back.
Coach Myers, there's so many things I want to talk to you about. Number one, does watching this game ever get old?
No, never summer.
You know, when you have hoops in the DMV, as we know, you have the best basketball in the country right here. But what I love about Summer League, and we continue to say this, is that during the regular season, unless it's a special event, we don't get Kennedy versus Loyola Blakefield. And your team doesn't get better by continuing to play the same competition over and over. Why do you continue to come back to Summer League?
Oh, exactly for the reason you said. You just see different teams, teams with different sizes that you may not see in the county and the public schools. So all that's good. But the bump, like you said, is just great bump. And that's how you get better, playing against the best.
Well, you just won a game by 1 point. Your team didn't make it easy, right? You still have Gabe, and of course he's Montgomery County Player of the Year. He's the Kennedy MVP. He's all everything. But you didn't play him the entire game. What I did see out of your team, though, is a team with a high IQ. I saw them making the extra pass. I saw them taking responsibility and accountability for what they did. I saw really smart basketball. Now, in the movie Remember the Titans, they said attitude reflects leadership. So that's your leadership that gives them that IQ. What do you pour into these gentlemen so that they have the IQ that I just saw here for the last hour?
Like you said, it's a culture, that builds over time with that mindset, sharing the ball, playing as a team. And, if you preach it over and over again, it begins to translate. And it's refreshing to see in the summertime when you're not really practicing. You're just kind of out here playing. It's refreshing to see that they're doing these things on their own without a lot of recent reps, with that. But I think it's just a culture that's built over time, and it's good to see this early in the summer.
Chelsie, what you got?
So we kind of looked at your max preps, and we saw that you guys went 18-6 last season. But more important than those 6 losses, not that winning is everything, but more important than those 6 losses, we saw that you guys lost on an average of 4 points.
Right.
What do we kind of want to do next season, whether learning through Summer League or in the regular season, to maybe translate some of those losses into wins?
That's a great question. You learn from those losses. And you learn a lot more from the losses, than you do from the wins. When you win a lot of times, sometimes you may brush the film off a little bit, and be happy that you got out of there. But, when you lose, you tend to spend more time on the film and correct mistakes. So you need those losses, those close losses, too, teach you a lot. So, as you said, a lot of our losses were by a very slim margin, buzzer beaters and everything. So
I mean, you took the state champs to overtime, right?
Yep. And state champs to overtime. Lost to McGregor off a buzzer beater. They went to the state finalists. So we learned from those things, and I'm going to continue like games like this, like today in the summer, same type thing. You got to learn from those.
Coach, you're in a county where Magruder, Whitman, Blake, WJ is on the come up. Whitman's always there. How are you going to compete? What are you doing to give yourself that edge? Because Hartwood's going nowhere. Coach Ryder at WJ is going nowhere. My man Howell is going nowhere.
Right.
Like, we have all this competition, which makes it great because you can't just sit there and win the county at, 21-1 every year. You have to retool and reload. So what does this summer look like for you in terms of you're getting a more mature Gabe next year, of course, but what are you doing to reload and maybe get to 19, 20, 21 wins next year?
I think continue to pour into these young guys and get them the experience that they need. Again, just over these 3 games, we've seen some huge steps, and you're getting used to the speed and physicality. And like you said, there's some great teams. The county is super competitive. I mean, I don't think – I looked at the Capital Hoops. I don't think the county teams have lost too many at all in summer league.
Right. I think this year we have more MCPS teams in this league than we normally do.
There's a few more. Seneca Valley, I saw, got off to a good start. Damascus, so of course all those teams you named, and then there's some other teams too. So it's a competitive league. It's getting more competitive. Private school kids are starting to stay home and go to these public schools. So, it's super competitive, and we're looking forward to the challenge. Not too much change. We're going to play the same way, but these young guys this is just great for them. Last summer we kind of had an older team, so it was just kind of gelling. But this summer is about learning. The young guys are just getting that experience.
I could talk summer league in Kennedy hoops all day, but one thing you talked to me about last year, which I was not familiar with, and then I see the signs everywhere. Let's talk about Reach Beyond Basketball. Talk to me about it. Give me a website. Let folks know how they can join your basketball camp.
Yeah, so have a basketball camp at Kennedy High School, Reach Beyond Basketball. This is like going on 15, 16 years now. We have a couple sessions every summer. It's the website is reachbeyondbasketball.org. For students in grades 3rd up going through 3rd, up to going through 9th. It's been going on for a long time. Kids of all ages, boys and girls, of all skill levels. We make it competitive, but most importantly, we make it fun. We want to teach fundamentals, but we also want the kids to enjoy the game, and hopefully some fall in love with the game. So that's what the camp is about.
You have this camp. You've been Commander Teacher of the Month. All these accolades, whether...
By the way, because I want to make sure people understand, he's not just an adjunct coach or an emergency coach. He teaches in the school, so he knows these young men beyond the basketball court.
Correct.
Exactly. Why is that important to you? Why is it not just 3:30 to 5:30 on the basketball court? Why do you make it so that you're a teacher and you can kind of be in these kids' lives a bit more actively?
Because relationships are everything in coaching. The X's and O's are great. I enjoy practice, enjoy the games, but our best times are those times where we just build relationships and have fun. And being in the building is huge, like you said, because we can connect kind of all day. Have them in class sometimes, and they come through at lunch. So, those small moments of bonding, relationship building mean a lot in the program. And those are the things, all our guys come back to the games, alumni, and we keep those relationships strong. And these current guys see that, and that's the standard. They come back and still part of the program. So it's great in that aspect.
And you can look at those academic reports all day.
Absolutely. We on them hard, yeah.
Coach Howell mentioned this. You mentioned this. I can't think of who else mentioned this. Define for me, you said the standard. Mm-hmm. And when a coach and teams prior to this team can build the standard, what does that do for your program?
Does everything. We've been fortunate to have some great leaders. It starts from there. Last year we had Mike Wright and Bryce Freeman. They were great senior leaders, Yafet Kabed, and they just modeled leadership and what is being a basketball player, a student athlete is supposed to look like. Our team GPA was 3-point something, honor roll average. And so. Instilling those is just hard work. We require hard work on and off the court and nothing less than 100%. And everything else tends to fall in place, but, effort, hard work, discipline are the things that go into that standard.
I got a basketball question, but not even related to what we're looking at. It's Game 7 tonight, San Antonio OKC. Mm-hmm. Who you got?
Man, I'm going with the Spurs. I'm going with
Everybody's
Wemby.
going with the Spurs.
You
going with the alien?
I got to.
I mean, he is literally out there playing basketball by himself sometimes.
He is.
Like, if you just throw it up there, he going to go get it.
He's a problem. And so when you have a guy that creates a mismatch like that in this one game, you know, I think seeing them at their dominance is more scarier than OKC, you know, when they dominate. So I'm interested. It should be a good game.
Can they beat the Knicks? The Knicks are
whoever wins
right
going to beat the Knicks. Whoever wins is going to beat the Knicks.
Really?
Yeah. Knicks going down.
We're going to be watching Game 7 from the Chuck Brown Band show tonight because I'm a go-go head.
Yeah,
so I'm going to the Chuck Brown show tonight.
Right.
Chelsie, what do you have for Coach Myers?
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing teams in Summer League again, seeing you. It was great to interview you last year. And I'm just excited to see what the Kennedy program can do. I did not have the opportunity to go see you guys in the regular season, so I'm hoping to do that. But most importantly, maybe, at least to me, I want to see you guys on the board, the playoff board that we have for Summer League, and I want to see you guys in the middle.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. She said she wants a date with you July 3rd is what she's saying. She wants to see you in that one.
We plan to be here.
Coach Myers, I ask every coach this question, so I will ask you. You have the ear of our audience. Why should folks come out to Randolph Road in December?
Folks should come out to Randolph because when we compete and we put on a show, you know, we're gonna play hard, and I think the up-tempo style of basketball is fun to watch. You know, physical and getting up and down and playing full court. It's a fun style. We just have great kids too. We play the right way. In the games, you know, anyone who's come to a big time Kennedy game, it gets packed, it gets loud in there.
Kennedy Paint Branch, Kennedy Blair, Kennedy Springbrook, what's the rivalry?
I would say the last couple of years, the Kennedy RM games have been crazy.
Well, Colston versus Boogie, everybody want to see that, right?
Those games have been crazy, yeah.
But if I know you, anybody can come to Randolph Road and get it, right?
Anybody.
Oh, my goodness.
Anybody.
Chelsie, do you have anything to end up with?
No, I don't think so. I mean, thanks for coming on.
You know, Coach Myers, thank you for pouring into these young men. As you know, you are a teacher, you're a coach, you have to mentor these kids, you have to be dad to some of these kids. I know you bought McDonald's or Lido's or Chick-fil-A or what do y'all like? The place. Chipotle. I know you do that. You're not doing it for the money. You're not doing it as a teacher also. You're not doing it for the income. You're doing it for the outcome. So we must thank you. And I'm going to thank you on this show right here for being a coach that looks like a lot of your players. My wife is a teacher. She inspires a lot of kids. But we need to see more men, more black men leading these young men and showing them that. I mean, you like them for what they do on the basketball court, but I guarantee you, if one of your players comes up with, I don't know, the cure to cancer, that'll make you more proud than 18 points per game.
Oh, absolutely.
So thank you for being that guy to some of these kids or to all of these men. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the DMV Hoops Podcast. We hope to see him in July right here on this floor. It's Coach Lenny Myers. He's with the Kennedy Cavaliers basketball program. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to the DMV Hoops Podcast, your home for high school basketball coverage across the DMV. Be sure to subscribe, follow, and share the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, YouTube, Buzzsprout, and everywhere podcasts are heard. Follow us on Instagram and X at DMV Hoops Podcast. The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kirk Cross, featuring Chelsie Cross. Thanks for listening.